Late last year, if you are a leader in church, you understand I told you that I was going to set up a prayer chain for Nigeria. Remember I told you your workers meeting? Show me your hand. Good. That was 2022. But after that, the Lord said I should not. The Lord said it will not create the results that He wants or that is expected. And the Lord told me to gather a 70-man team. I've always told you that one of the reasons you need to prosper as a Christian is not just because of the priestly office, but of your kingly office. In the Old Testament, when God speaks to the prophet will go and tell the king. Then the king will use his money or the wealth of the state or the nation to execute God's counsel. Are you following me? But in this realm, we are called to be king priest. Called to be king priest means that God will speak to you as a priest. You will carry it out as what? As a king. So the Lord told me, He said, gather 70 men. I need them to pray 24 hours for Nigeria. I said, where will I find them? He said, don't worry, talk to a few pastors you know, you'll get them. Where should I put them? He said, gather them in Redeem Camp and pay them a salary. So I gathered 70 men and I was paying them 50,000 naira every month. You know, I'm not this generation prophet. Don't mind me, I look very young. I was raised by an old prophet. My father, I was not trained by a prophet that shouts, can I prophesy? No. I was raised by old man, old. And the Lord said I should keep it to myself. I didn't raise. Did I raise funds in church? Did I collect money from church account? Good. And the Lord said pay them every month. It was the same time we were moving from our old venue to a new venue. It was tense, it was tough for me, but I've known over the years that God will not ask you to do a thing you don't have capacity for. He will never. I sold things, I sold properties, and I gathered them. The little help, sometimes people send us gifts, people send us water, food. The gifts we got for that project, or yes, I said we got, myself and God, we got for that project, there were gifts that came through some of the men that were praying there, that people were saying, where have you been? So we are on a project praying for Nigeria. Who is doing that? It's Bishop Faye. What can I support? Oh, let me send bottled water, let me send this. Those were the gifts we got. Follow me carefully. So that started, and the Lord told me we needed to pray. This prayer started in November, and I started the project. The agenda was clear. It was just in Nigeria. It was to avert the attack, the bombs, the explosion we saw. I saw it before United States Embassy responded to the fear they had. We saw everything. I saw everything, and that project started. When I tell you that you don't love God as much as I do, you think I'm joking. Now, after this started, we began to pray. We began to pray. I would visit sometimes. We began to pray. As of December, I was owing them salary, 2 months salary. Myself and God were owing them, but I was not afraid. They will pray morning till night. They will have 3 hours break in the evening. The section we have 3 hours break. One part of them is having 3 hour break. The other half would be praying. So there was no time. 35 of them were not praying. None. They break every evening and they took a meal. How can God give that assignment to a church as young as this? That's God. I don't know why He didn't give it to another big ministry. But He didn't even give it to a ministry, He gave it to me. I started that. By the grace of God, suddenly money came and I paid up all of their salary, and their tax had ended. But when the project started, God told me that you would know that it will end before the election. And how you would know is that there will be a sign in the weather. Now listen carefully to me. Did you notice that last week Harmattan came? You thought Harmattan came. It was national, it was not Lagos, it was everywhere. You thought Harmattan came. The times changed. Don't get distracted. Follow me, please. Follow me. The times changed. I was smiling, so I knew it was done. I'm trying to show you some of the things. I'm not saying I'm the only one God instructed to do a thing for it to happen. I'm just telling you the part I played. So as that happened, the things that changed. After that, I said, Lord, so now that the things have been altered, what are you saying? My heart indited a good matter. So the Lord began to speak to me.